question for this House, and he talked about iwi and hapu. It's iwi, hapu and Māori organisations. It's just for the ministers. I need the minister to know that it's something that we have had problems with successive governments, that we're just talking iwi, hapu Māori organisations. Māori organisations have their own marae. I am a marae chairman. I am the current chairman of Ngā Whare Wātea Marae. I have been the marae chair for the last 6 years. Obviously, I don't get involved in all the business, because sadly some of that business is dealing with government ministers, and they have government contracts, and that's all fine. I'm not involved in the operations, but I am the marae chair, Madam Chair. So I'm probably the only marae chair, current chair in this House. I took the position. I had the position before I came to Parliament in 2017. I checked with the Prime Minister at the time when I said I wanted to hold the position. She said, "You're taking no honorarium, not 1 cent, not 1 cent." But I'm there in terms of overseeing tikanga, in terms of protocols, in terms of these areas. Our marae, and I'll help the Minister here, our marae does not allow, for the Minister's sake, our marae does not allow patches on the marae. All right, our marae does not that. But you don't have the right to tell us that. We manage our marae, Madam Chair. That's why I'm coming to this. That marae must be given the opportunity to make their decisions. Like our member for Tamaki Makaurau, but of course we have exemptions. We vaccinated all the king cobras. They all came through. They wore their patches because we weren't going to get into a punch-up with them about removing their patches, but we allocated a special time when the kids weren't there, and we brought them in. It was all good. There's no flexibility with this government. It's about not knocking people over. You're not really. It's all superficial stuff, as Ginny Anderson said. It's just a nonsense. The way you're talking about patches in the car, stand this way, stand that way, nonsensical. But the question from Duncan Webb in terms of tino rangatiratanga has to be answered by the Minister, particularly given a lot of the pronouncements in terms of by Māori, for Māori solutions from this government, from the Minister of Māori Development included. And is this a breach of rights for people at hapu level, at iwi level, at Māori community level, for manu rewa marae, for our marae at Ngā Whare Wātea? Because you're making things impossible, Minister. That's what we're saying. You're making things impossible. Sometimes you fools on the other side wouldn't even know what a gang was. You don't even work with our people. You don't know what we're talking about. We work with these people. We don't enjoy their lifestyles. We tell them they shouldn't be in gangs. Don't talk about something you don't know and you'll never know. We don't enjoy their lifestyles. We put their kids in our schools. While their fathers are in jails. Yeah. But you idiots on the other side would never know our life. You don't know our lifestyle.
Honourable Jackson, that's good background, but the question.
Yeah, well, the question is what is the Minister's position going to be over marae, papakainga? Are we looking at exemptions here on the basis that, as Duncan Webb said, marae, hapu, iwi, Māori organisations have the right to choose their own paths. That is a partnership right, that is a treaty right. Something Mr Seymour might disagree with, that's fine, that's what this House is all about. But it's a treaty right for us to be able to roll our own form of rangatiratanga out. What does that mean, Mr Minister? Does that mean that you come over the top and say, no, that lot with the patches on can't come to the tangi? They can't come and be vaccinated. There has to be exemptions. There has to be exemptions. And so therefore, the amendments that get the patches out of your thick heads and understand the wider argument. It's all superficial from you lot. Understand Māori must have opportunity, must have the right to decide, must have a right in terms of rangatiratanga. We are not supporters of gangs. We facilitate conferences, you morons. You would never know what we've been through, but you sit there and judge. And we are trying to get a better society, a better community for everyone, Minister, Māori Pākehā, and we need some direction here in terms of working with our people, consultation, working with Māori communities. Please, Minister.
Honourable Paul Goldsmith.
Can I just clarify, we're talking about the amendment paper, 111, which doesn't make any changes.
I do love the reference. Amendment paper 111
to how this bill affects marae or any other places. It relates to cars and vehicles, hovercraft and other things like that, but cars. So what we're focused on is the extending the definition of public place to the inside of vehicle where those gang patches have been displayed. And And no, it's in relation to cars. And that's what this amendment paper is in relation to. Now, we've had lots of speeches around the importance of engaging with gang members and about vaccination and the humanity of all people. And we're all in favour of vaccinating all New Zealanders if required. But understanding the challenges of gangs is not the same as accepting and justifying their actions. And so I just take it back to the bill. The bill is around giving the police extra tools to deal with the intimidation and fear that gangs create in our community. And this amendment paper is about extending the public place definition to the Summary Offences Act definition, which is including cars, the inside of cars, and that's what we're talking about.
I wonder if that also definition applies to private planes, private charters, private planes. You know, does another plane who's flying nearby or a parachute jumper see a gang action? Can they sit there and get on the radio to air traffic control and say, can you please get such and such plane to do an emergency landing, please, to sit down there because there's a gang patch?
They might. They could try it.
Willie's absolutely right here, you know, because...
Actually, Heidi, you've got flight radar. Feel free to sit down there and do it, you know, when the law's passed. Feel free to use Crime Stopper on the number plate or the flight credentials and sit down there and say, such and such a vehicle has got gang members on it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Willie's absolutely right, though, because, as I say, for example, if you need to go get a COVID vaccination, oh, sorry, you can't.
Or any vaccination.
Or whatever. Oh, sorry, you can't have that.
Are they not going to be at what happens if some car accident, they get taken to a hospital? Are they going to be refused service in a hospital because they come in unconscious in a gang patch?
And left, say, out underneath the canopy of Wellington Hospital for the whole world to see, where I can watch from my coffee cart at Newtown Market on Saturday?
I mean, there's better things to watch on a Saturday than that, but sure.
I mean, if I look out one direction, I can see the entrance to A&E of Wellington Hospital from the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell?
I'm looking forward to having a sit-down interview with him, by the way. So many questions.
Yeah.
Paul Goldsmith.
No, Willie Jackson.
That makes much more sense because Paul Goldsmith doesn't give answers unless it's correcting exactly how much Māori he has in him. Because he knows that it's not a good idea to lie about that. He'll leave other people in the cabinet to do that for him.